You ever thought that social media is playing you? So let's talk about something that's a little weird. You ever open up Twitter or another social media site, check one thing, and then boom, like 45 minutes are gone? Well, you're not alone. This isn't just bad time management, it's by design. It's addictive. Social media isn't just a neutral tool. It's a system engineered to shape what you see, what you think, and even who you are. And I know it sounds like well, a little weird. It's not a conspiracy theory. This is behavioral psychology. And this is the Skinner box team, right? So back in the 20th century, a guy named B.F. Skinner put some rats in a box. These rats had a lever. When they pressed it, sometimes they got food, sometimes they didn't. The result was they kept pressing that lever obsessively forever because the random rewards made them addicted to pressing it. Fast forward to today, and guess what? Well, we're the rat, and social media is the box. So each time we post or check notifications or scroll, we're pressing a lever. And sometimes you get big rewards, likes or retweets or attention. Other times you get silence from it. And that unpredictability is going to keep us coming back, like a gambler using a slot machine. This is not an accident. This algorithm in all of our systems, well, they basically train us. Just a handful of engineers designing the algorithms, and it gets weird. Social media is addictive, right? But at least I'm still me. Well, maybe not. So the algorithm just doesn't keep you engaged. It's going to shape what you post by rewarding some behaviors and punishing others. You post something nuanced, you might not get a lot of engagement. But if you say something spicy or if you dunk on someone, if you make it us versus them, well, on Twitter, you'll blow up. You'll get likes and retweets and you get a really nice dopamine hit from it. And over time, this reinforcement changes people. Someone who starts posting out balanced, thoughtful, and nuanced takes might change. Years later, they can turn into an outrage machine. Yeah, we're thinking about Elon, not because they're fake, but because their brain has learned that this is how you get attention. Happens to presidents. And if you post something enough, your brain starts to believe it. Because humans aren't just thinkers, we're performers. And we're going to internalize the roles that we play in reality. Now, this is like a little bit of a hidden hand. The algorithm itself may not have political opinions. It's not trying to radicalize you on purpose. Well, maybe somebody has changed the algorithms to do that. But anyway, it just wants one thing. It wants engagement. And the most reliable way to get engagement is through outrage or tribalism and certainty. So over time, all of our platforms are going to subtly nudge ourselves into more extreme versions of ourselves. Not because the algorithm is necessarily evil, but that's because it's what works. And if you think, well, I don't have time for, I don't know, Twitter to tell me what to think, I have some bad news. The most effective forms of manipulation are kind of working below our level of awareness. We don't really notice it. The best way to control a person isn't to tell them what to think. It's to create an environment where the natural conclusions all lead in the same direction. You'll see this on Threads. If you post a couple of takes, all of the stuff in your feed may match up with that. Um, the answer may not be delete Twitter and go live in the woods. I don't think you're going to do that. The internet is real life. But if we understand how these kind of algorithms and programs work, you can kind of push back a little bit. But we really have to recognize the conditioning. And for God's sakes, the engineers designing these platforms need a lot of sociology and psychological training because they ain't done a good job at all.